Hi, I'm Mike Messier, and welcome to Short Film Showcase, where we feature the very best short films and their filmmakers throughout New England and around the world. On this episode, we have two very special in-studio guests, a trailer, and a great short film. First, I'd like to introduce our first guest. It's a very good friend of mine. Her name is Siobhan Young, but everyone knows and loves her as Muffin. Muffin.
Hey, how are you, Mike?
I'm good. And for those viewers that don't know, we have worked together. It was a great experience for me working with you on a piece that I wrote and co-wrote and directed called Disregard the Vampire. You came on initially as a PA, and by the time the production was over, you are our production designer and set designer. So just as a testimony to you, getting to know you and work with you was so much fun, and you did a great job. And then I helped you as a casting associate for your movie, Displaced. We're going to see that today on the show. And why don't you tell us a little bit about Displaced?
Well, Displaced was born from a student project. And even though it started with school, it was a life project. One of the reasons why I had returned to college to get my education was because I had all these ideas for stories in my mind, but didn't know the process of how to start and finish a film. So Displaced was it was a monumental moment in my life. Very moving, and thank you for jumping on board and helping me cast, because I had never done that before either.
Right.
And as a friend and as a mentor, you know, it was very helpful, because the cast and the story, as we know, can make or break a film. And we had a very strong cast, and all of them were so willing, and they picked up the story and was passionate about it. And I felt very, very happy about the way it was delivered.
This story, as we're going to see later on the show, is about a kind of a middle-aged or a little bit older lady who's experiencing tough times, as many Americans and civilians of the world are, financially, even emotionally. And she kind of finds troubles just getting by. And then she meets a great character played by Jose Gonzalez, who we've had on the show before and we've both worked with. And Jose's character kind of helps her out. And tell us some of the inspirations behind that storyline. Well,
the story itself is somewhat parallel to my personal story. In my struggles as a 30-plus-year-old woman who has 4 children, who economically is not in a really good place. I've experienced being poverty-stricken, just trying to make ends meet. Just had recently gotten out of a long-term relationship that is how I ended up with my 4 children. And it really speaks to the human condition. It tells the people's story. And as an artist, I've always been compelled to connect with the world and the people's voices that usually aren't heard. So it was heartfelt. I put a lot of my heart and soul into it. It was personal, hoping that other people that were experiencing this would know that even though there's tragedy, that if you hold on, there's triumph. And I feel like the story does definitely represent that at the end of the day. I'm very proud of like, I think I cried when I watched it for the first time with a group of other people.
Right.
Yeah, very emotional moment.
Well, Displaced to me was a real triumph, you as a filmmaker, because the school that you're attending, we can mention, is New England Institute of Technology.
Yes.
And great school, a lot of former guests, even our friend Chris Esper went to that school, and yourself. And it really is a place that turns out some great filmmakers. And what you wanted to do, and it's not anything against other filmmakers from the school, but you wanted to take it to the next level. As a student filmmaker, transcend what's expected from a student project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely went above and beyond what most students have ever done in the history of the video and audio production department. because I think I didn't look at it like, okay, I am producing this because I'm getting a grade for it.
Right.
This was a life accomplishment to me, and I think that kind of had separated me from maybe previous students who had this opportunity but didn't approach it from the same window, more or less. We all can stand in the same room, but doesn't mean our perspective from standing in front of that window is the same. And for me, it was something that I needed to prove to myself,
Right.
that I could do this, that I could tell a story and move the spirit of other people. Like, I wanted to know that I had that because I love it. And
Right.
I love the people, I love the process. It's a way for me to take my eclectic artistic skills and put them in one area and give my all, beyond my all to it, and lend my being to that. Whether it helps someone, you know, in the long term, or it's just something that I can help to teach other people, but it's kind of like paying it forward.
Right.
I've had a lot of great people who have given their time and have mentored me in many situations in my art and my craft to get me to this point. And I would love to give that back to others.
What's very interesting to me also about the process is I saw at the beginning of the process, you went in from casting. You know, I assisted you, but you chose the characters, you chose the actors. Deborah Gagnon as the social worker, young lady named Karen as the secretary. What's her last name, you remember?
I believe it's Cogshell, but don't quote me on it.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
And
Coghill, maybe.
we'll see her in the movie later on.
Bad with names.
She, you know, and the interesting thing is that you and I did agree that even characters that have 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes on screen, such as the sheriff played by Dana Wine, as people will see, these were really good casting choices because every character represents something in the movie.
I think, for me, it was my first time, and I don't know what any other casting director's process is. From the information you gave me and the guidance you gave me, I went with my instinct, I went with my feeling. It wasn't an image in my head or a preset. It must be this. It wasn't nothing written in stone. It was, does it feel right? And I think a lot of areas of my life, not only in film, but I have learned to listen to my inner compass. Does it feel right? And if it does, most likely it is right. Yeah.
What's next for you as far as film, as far as further education we talked about off camera, and tell us a little bit about that if you want.
Well, I am about to graduate from New England Institute of Technology with my video and audio production degree, and I'm moving on to College Unbound, which is, in some ways they call alternative or untraditional college education, but for me it should be traditional. What it is you develop a project. For me, most likely will be a film.
Yes.
And I am graded on the process of that project. So each area falls into a curriculum, and it is applicable to my field of interest. It also allows me to do what I love to do and earn my degree at the same time, which happens to be accredited. So I can go on to any mastering program that I want to. I can go on to RISD. I can go to any other art institution or that teaches film directing, and I have credits. Some schools that are new aren't accredited, and you get into issues with your transcripts being able to transfer over. So this is phenomenal. I've never seen an educational program like this, and it all came from a model that was created for high school that now has been put into college. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, and for those, you know, we talked about Brian Casey, our producer, and myself are always trying to reach out to the general populace in Seekonk and throughout the world that might be watching our show on YouTube. And this is really exciting for other people too, because College Unbound,
yes,
and I assume that can just Google or use a search engine and find College Unbound, because maybe some of our viewers would like to give it a shot too.
It's, if you want something that caters to you, but you're also, it's like killing two birds with one stone, more or less, the old saying.
Right.
You can do what you love, and you can be educated, because education doesn't necessarily come from a classroom, a textbook, and lectures.
Right.
It comes from experience. It comes from the doing, the repetition of an action, research, which are all things that we possess as individuals. So as long as you have the motivation and the drive and the love for what you do, it's a perfect match. It's like a marriage made in heaven to me. If I could marry that whole theory, I would. So
If you could marry College Unbound,
I would.
but I'm sure they would be happy to have you. And,
Yes.
And speaking of things you love, you like to sing. You like music.
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit about that, because the creative arts, a creative person like yourself could have many interests. In singing, I've experienced your singing. It's a lot of fun. It's great.
Well, from the beginning it started, let's regress a little bit. At 19, I went to school for graphic design.
Yep.
I had graphic design history and realized that there was artists such as Renaissance. Renaissance were people that were good in philosophy, mathematics, music, drawing, painting, etc. They had this well-rounded amount of skills, and they were experts in all areas, and that's what they did in their life. I found in my life that everyone said you had to be good in one thing, and I never was that kid that was good in one thing. I loved so many different things. And so when I was a young teen, I figured that out. So I went into performing. Singing has always been a part of my life. It's been a part of my family. They're full of musicians and poets, etc. So I wrote poetry as a youth. I sang. I wrote lyrics. I'm an MC, believe it or not.
I believe
it.
It
usually shocks people when I get up there and rap. And I also played the piano. I played the flute when I was younger as well. But music is just like, in some ways, in film, it just moves people. It moves the soul. It moves the spirit. It moves your mind. It connects people. It brings people together. It has that power, the power of the universe. I don't know what you want to call it, but there's nothing like putting on a good tune when you're sad or you're happy.
Oh yeah, I know this. Sure.
You connect to it. It puts you in a certain mind state. And so yeah, so I started performing, and now I've never put anything on record, even though everyone tells me I should. But I did it just for the passion part of it, and had a show that was a winner of the Phoenix Award in 2011 called Third Thursday, which was a local-based performance show.
Mm-hmm.
I lended the stage to, I had access to these different venues and stages, and I wanted people to experience that and be able to live their dream and perform.
Awesome.
It was real good.
We only have a few seconds, but we're going to segue into the actual film, Displaced. And just in about 30 seconds or so, do you have anything you want the viewers to know about Displaced before we watch it?
It's very different. It's not your traditional filmmaking. My approach to it wasn't what you'd probably see in standard filmmaking, but be open-minded. I loved it. I hope that the audience enjoys it too.
I'm sure they will. Siobhan Young, my friend Muffin, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we wish you the best with College Unbound and everything you're doing this year and throughout your career as a filmmaker.
I'm excited.
Me too. Right now, on the Short Film Showcase, we're going to check out Muffin's film, Displaced. It's a great film. I'm very happy to have it right here on the Short Film Showcase. Let's check it out right now.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
This is Jordan. I have sent you an eviction notice and you have not responded. Out of respect for your husband, I have tried to contact you several times about this matter. Unfortunately, you leave me no choice but to take legal action.
Spend it on the have-nots. Money, we make it. Before we see it, you take it. Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Make me wanna
Come on, Ethan. How you doing today, baby?
I'm doing good, and you? How you been?
I'm hanging in there. You know, I miss him so much.
I do too. I miss him too. He was a good guy, and the neighborhood misses him.
This is true. You always know the right thing to say.
I try.
Yvette, honey, I know I already owe you, but do you mind if I get these few things on my bill?
I don't mind. You know I don't got a problem with you at all. You can take whatever you want and we'll talk about that after.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I don't know what I would do without you.
I'm here. We need somebody to talk to.
Stay blessed.
You too.
Dream child. Everything depends on you. Bring them back to me. Make my dreams come true.
1 minute. Who is it?
Ma'am,
Yes,
my name is Jordan.
I'm she.
As of today, April 14th, 2014, we're here to confiscate all of your belongings,
But
both
please,
private and
but
leased.
ma'am, wait a minute. You don't understand.
Ma'am,
I was gonna
please.
take care of this. I just needed a little bit more
Could you
time.
please move out of the way?
But you
Don't
don't
make this any more
understand.
difficult than it has to be.
I'm a good person. I was trying. I just need a little more time. Please don't do this. Please, I'm a good person. You don't understand. Please, please don't do this to me. Please. You don't understand. This is all I have. This is all I have.
Excuse me, you can't be here. Do you want me to call the police? I said I need you to leave.
No, I'm sorry.
Hurry
I
up, then.
I'm gonna go.
Can you please connect me to your officer?
I'm sorry.
No. No. No, you can't come. I told you. Oh, hold on a second. Hi, how can I help you?
I was hoping that I could speak with someone. I need a place to stay.
Okay, let me call you back, okay? Right. What's your name, please?
Ezra Jordan. Mrs. Ezra Jordan.
Is that two Z's or?
Lindsay.
Okay, just have a seat over here and someone will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ezra Jordan?
Yes, right here.
All right, why don't you come please?
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mrs. Newton.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So briefly, why don't you tell me what you're doing here today and how I can assist you?
Mrs. Newton, it has been very difficult for me since my husband passed. I was kicked out of my apartment. I don't have anywhere to stay. And I came here to see if there's any way that you can help me. Give me a place to stay.
First of all, let me tell you how sorry I am for your loss. It must be a very difficult time. So, we have to come up with a solution. But unfortunately, there are no available beds right now.
But what does that mean?
Do you have friends or family you can stay with? Just...
I don't have anyone. I only had my husband and he's gone. I don't have anywhere to stay. You've got to help me. You don't understand. I have no one.
Calm down. Calm down, Mrs. Jordan. Please calm down, okay? Everything's gonna be all right. Listen to me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you. I need you to pull yourself together and come up with a plan. I'm going to give you my phone number. And as soon as there's anything available, I'm going to get you. Okay? All right. Please don't give up hope. Okay?
I can do this. Thank you for being so kind.
Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
I'm well, yourself? Excellent.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Get nice water, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. How's it going tonight?
It's going. I can't complain. Don't get too drunk.
I'll try not to. You know they're gonna come looking for you, right?
Pardon?
I mean, you are an African queen, are you not?
You're gonna make a black woman blush.
I'm sorry. My name is Michael. And the divine lady is?
Ezra Jordan. Mrs. Ezra Jordan.
Mrs. Ezra Jordan. Well, Mr. Jordan is a very lucky man. If I had just a few more years, I would definitely try to steal your heart.
Now you are making a black woman blush. Am I red?
You're just radiant, that's all. Would you mind if I buy you another drink just to say thank you for coming out and supporting us? You know, we're just a bunch of artists trying to make it.
Well, that'd be nice, thank you. I'm glad I caught the performance. You were wonderful.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, there's a lot of other guys here that are think a lot better than me, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've never seen you here before.
I don't go out much.
Oh. Well, you should come out more often.
Hey, you guys good?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm out of here. Just lock up when you're done.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
All right, have a good one. Nice meeting you. All right.
Well, here's to wonderful performances.
Excellent. To the future, Mrs. Jordan.
To the future, Michael.
Go. Okay. So, you sure you don't want me to walk you home or give you a ride or anything?
No, I'm fine.
So make sure tomorrow, come back. There's plenty of good people that come up in here and perform, and I think you fit in nicely. You'll enjoy it. I think you'll fit in. All right? You have a good night.
You too.
Hey, man. Did you see that lady from the other night? The lady looks like an African queen with the head wrapped and everything? Not at all tonight? Gotcha. All right, man, take it easy. Mrs. Jordan. Mrs. Jordan. Mrs. Jordan, wait. Just hear me out. Just let me. No, don't fear me. Look, just listen to what I have to say, okay? I just want to help.
But you don't even know me.
Mrs. Jordan, it doesn't matter. I don't have to know you for 10 years to want to care about another human being. I can't let you stay out here, please. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I knew you were staying out here, and I've got an extra room.
I don't know, Michael. I'm sorry. I appreciate you being so nice to me, but I can't go home.
Mrs. Jordan, remember we were talking the other night? Remember pride sometimes gets in the way? We can't let pride get in the way. Especially, you know, everybody needs help every once in a while. Right?
Yes.
You see eye to eye in a lot of things. I'll stay out of your business. I don't need to know why you ended up homeless or whatever. But just come stay at my place until you get on your feet. And when you decide. If you just want to stay one night, a couple nights, it's up to you, okay? Plus, I make mean popcorn and hot chocolate. It'll warm you up. It's a little cold out here, right? Come on.
I am a little hungry.
All right. All right then. Okay, you take your bags. All right, come on now. It's this way.
But I'll tell you what, you better not get weird on me. I know how to use a knife.
See, that's that sense of humor I'm talking about, Miss Jordan. You're crazy. Come on now, come on. You tired?
A little bit, yes.
I'll tell you what, come on, let me show you the room. Because I'm getting tired too. You're welcome to stay for as long as you like. I think you're an amazing lady and life just dealt you a bad hand, so it's totally up to you, no pressure. And also just want to let you know that everything I have is yours. My door's always open. So, with that being said, you have yourself a good night, and I'll see you in the AM. One last thing, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes?
Whatever happened to Mr. Jordan?
He went out to work one morning and never came back. He passed away.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Look at it this way, he's looking down and watching out for you now.
I know.
You have a good night.
Good night. Michael?
Yes?
Michael, thank you so much for everything that you've done. It's not every day you meet such a wonderful person as you. You're very kind. Thank you. And good night.
Good night.
Dear Lord, thank you for the food we're about to receive. And dear God, thank you for all your blessings. Amen.
Amen. So, did you think about that offer that I made? I mean, I could use the company. Plus, these walls start talking to me after a while.
Well, we can't have that, can we? Yes, I'll stay. But under one condition.
Okay, and what would that be?
You teach me how to cook these hash browns. You throw down in the kitchen. You put your foot in this.
Well, look, I have to leave shortly to run a few errands, but I'll be back. All right, so just make yourself at home. If you need to leave, I put a key on your nightstand. So, thanks for accepting my invitation.
You're a strange man, Michael. But you're welcome. And thank you, too.
Absolutely. All right. See you shortly.
Hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, everything depends on you. Hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, bring them back to me and make my dream come true. I miss you so much. Welcome back.
Hello. How was the day?
Pretty nice.
Good.
Comfortable.
Good. I want to talk to you about something.
Yes.
So, I know you already said that you'd stay, but I also have a condition.
And that is?
I heard you singing in the bathroom.
You did?
Mm-hmm. You got a voice.
Really? You think so?
You need to be on stage performing. That's my condition.
Okay. I will. Seriously?
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. I will.
All right then. Make some calls.
Cool. Wow. I'll make some tea.
Ladies and gentlemen, very special surprise coming to the stage for the very first time. Please give it up for Miss Cesar. Are you ready? Just have fun. Do your thing, sister.
Mother, simply call me sweet where I am.
Right now on Short Film Showcase, we want to take a look at the teaser for DJ Stan the Man, as filmed by our next guest, Matthew Fisher. Let's check it out right here on Short Film Showcase.
You don't have to hit me.
And you don't have to be a but you are constantly.
I'm just telling you. You don't have to hit me. You up my face.
It's just a black eye.
I looked in the mirror. You my face. People are gonna notice.
Tell him you walked into something.
Who am I, Tina Turner?
Tina Turner?
Rihanna, is that better?
Oh, yeah, that is. That's good.
Oh, shit. There's nothing funny about abuse. I can have you arrested, you know.
It's just a black eye.
Yeah, Calvin, it's just a black eye. I mean, come on, look at Stan. He's got 2 of them.
There you go. If anybody says anything, just say, hey, you should see the other guy.
That's not funny. I need my eyes, both of them, to take pictures.
You don't need both your eyes. You close one when you look through the hole. Close the black one.
You think it's that easy?
Yes, I do. Stop being a pussy.
You're an asshole.
That seems to be the theme of the night.
Right now on Short Film Showcase, we have a very special interview with our good friend, Matthew Fisher.
How you doing?
Good. Now, I say good friend, but we just met.
It's true, it's true.
And, but I'm looking at your bio, and there's
Yeah.
some really cool things that are popping out. First of all, you currently reside in Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Correct.
And has that been your residence most of your life?
I've lived all around the South Shore, kind of Mass, Hanover, Abington, Rockland, Weymouth now.
In general, before
Yeah.
we get into your own work, what do you think about the Boston, Weymouth, the whole Massachusetts film scene? How's that?
It's pretty good. There's some good filmmakers out there that are really pushing to get their work seen and collaborate with as many people as possible. So that's always a good thing whenever that's happening.
And you've worked with a previous guest of ours, Rick Chandler.
I have. He's actually has a little cameo in DJ Stan the Man, and I'm working on a short film with him right now, filming, called Insomniac. He's the star of.
Very cool.
The leading man.
And I noticed that you also worked on DJ Stan the Man with Frankie.
Frankie and Bergamo. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, Frankie was one of the co-stars. He played a big part. He was a producer on it as well.
Now, Matthew, how did you first get into film? What intrigued you?
I've just always been like a film fan ever since a kid. And the high school years, you know, cameras are, you can get them pretty easily. And it just came to a place where, you could just say, why don't we just make our own films? And we slowly started to. We did some shorts. We did a compilation film first, or 2 of them actually, and then just kind of slowly worked our way into features,
That's great.
Up and up.
Was there a filmmaker or a few or an actor that kind of, or a particular moment when you're watching a film in a theater or even at home, you said, wow, click, I want to make movies. Was there a moment like that?
Well, there was a moment when I was watching this film called The Toxic Avenger.
Yep.
It clicked up with letting me know that you really don't need a gigantic amount of money to make a film, you just need people that are kind of dedicated and want to get it done. And if there's a will, there's a way type situation, and you just jump out there and do it, you know. It's the best way to learn anything is to get your hands in it and do it.
You have an interesting mantra that people can find on your Internet Movie Database page,
The IMDb?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I like it. It says, I find, this is a quote from you, I assume,
Yeah.
I find doing small acting jobs in other people's projects brings me closer to an actor or actress while directing them. It helps me get on the same page as them a lot quicker. So it helps me get on the same page as them a lot quicker.
Yeah.
What you're saying here is working as an actor in other people's projects connects you with the process.
It does. It's 'cause I do little small like cameos and small little things, and I feel like for you, you know, to get on the other side of the camera and kind of feel those pressures, and you got to kind of, acting is not as easy as some people might think it is.
Right.
So when you kind of get on the other side of the camera, you're not just kind of telling people what to do, but you're the one being told, and you have to do it as the director likes. It's just good to be able to know both sides of the field, you know.
The push and pull.
The push and pull of it, yeah, it's true.
Between the director and the star, the actor. So
Yeah.
that's great. Tell us about 2002.
Yeah.
Boombastic Films.
Boombastic Films.
Comes into
Came into
formation,
play,
creation, yeah.
Well, like I was saying, when we started out making our own films, we kind of dabbled in some compilation films and some short films. And 2002 was around the time that we really started, like, scripting things out and, you know, just trying to take that next step with production. I started out with a lot of productions with strictly friends and family type thing before actors, you know, just to kind of learn the ropes. I feel that's the best thing to do anyways. Your first project, you should really just get friends and family together and just shoot something small and cheap and just kind of see, you know, what it takes to do this and that, and, you know, what situations arise that you have to, you know, deal with. And that's really a true test for people that I feel want to enter filmmaking, is take, you know, a small group and make a little short, and then just go shoot it, cut it up, put music to it, get it finished, and then just see, you know, what happens with that.
Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. What are some of these challenges? Because I know, having done my own thing, okay, there's a mountain of challenges, but, you know, for the filmmakers out there or people that are thinking about making films, and they hear the word like challenges that I put out there and you put out there, but what is a challenge in making a film?
There's all types of challenges, from just, you know, getting people to show up to getting them to do what you need, you know, everything's the challenge pretty much with filmmaking. But, you know, it's a collaborative. People come in and you work together and you just kind of get the best product you can. But yeah, I mean, really, realistically, Murphy's Law, like anything that could be a problem is a problem, you know? I mean, you got to deal with it head on.
You go to the local donut shop, and you think, okay, just get 24 donuts, I'll be out of here, and then they have 12 donuts, and they say, well, just give us 10 minutes, and, and then you're 10 minutes late.
What if the shop shut down and you can get no donuts?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're stuck, you know?
And it sounds like a little thing, but when you have a crew...
It's true. They get very unhappy if their donuts aren't there, and that will affect the rest of the day. You just got to kind of play everything out. Everything needs to kind of fall in line in appropriate order of goodness to make sure things go well.
What's the skill set of a filmmaker in your position as director, and you write your own scripts as well?
Yeah.
So when people want to, because I'm just bringing this up because a lot of people, they don't get it, but they want to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we want to educate them, like,
on how to go about?
On how to go about, yeah.
I'd say if you really wanted to, like, get into filmmaking, I would write a short, you know, 15, 20 minutes or so, maybe even less if you want. You know, cast it, get the actors thinking to be in it. Like I said, I'd go friends or family in the beginning, and then get a camera, which you can get a camera on your phone nowadays, and just kind of shoot it, figure out, mix things up, see what you like, try and get something new and fresh like on the screen, and just cut it up, put music to it, watch it, see how you feel about it, you know?
Right.
And I mean, if you're not liking it, most of the time the audience won't. So
the first person who sees the film is the filmmaker in his
in his
or her mind's eye, and then try to bring that vision to life. It might change, it might not. But
Yeah, it'll change because there'll be certain, you'll always have you'll have an idea of what you want, but people don't always get what they want, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you might have to switch something around or change something.
I have a theory that the film will be what it wants to be.
Well, it's a good theory.
And I'm glad we're kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Because, how much do you push your vision, Matthew, on a film? Like if you have that preconceived vision in your mind's eye of this is how this film is going to be, but then it starts to come to fruition, you start shooting things, getting the cast, and if things start to alter a little bit, do you find yourself kind of willing it into back what you want, or do you find as a director you let it go a little bit?
You know, it depends on how far it's going. I mean, you got to have an even pull, I feel, of what can be accepted and what can't be accepted to keep the story going in the appropriate direction. If it's something, you know, small, then I feel, or it adds to the film, I feel it's good to keep in. But if you stray too far away, you know, you don't want to do that. I mean, like I write my own script, so I try and stay to the script as much as possible, you know what I'm saying? I leave room for improv because you can get a lot of good stuff with improv. It's just always nail down what you need first from the script, and then, you know, do a couple takes of just, you know, figuring stuff out.
So on the day of shooting, for instance, you might shoot those gotta get 'em shots first, and then kind of the improv or the, you know, maybe secondary shots might come later in the day.
Like usually what I'll do is I'll set up and we'll do some wide shots, some close-ups, and then we'll do like some fun shots, you know, some real stylistic stuff. And just make sure you want to get all your dialogue and your main points that you want to address in that scene done. But then after that, we always do a couple, just try some things to see what works, and you try and add a little more style to it.
Who are some of your favorite filmmakers growing up?
Well, a big Stanley Kubrick fan. I like Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson a lot because I feel their style's kind of unmatched by really anybody else.
And Sam Raimi did what again?
Spider-Man, the Evil Dead movies, Darkman, A Simple Plan, which is a very underrated Sam Raimi movie, and Peter Jackson, of course, like
The Lord of the
Rings, and King Kong. But I mean, they both came up from horror movies, which is a fun thing because, you know, Sam Raimi had The Evil Dead, Peter Jackson had Bad Taste, and now they're doing like gigantic multi-million-dollar like epics, you know, mainstream films. So it's cool to see like people come from low-budget horror almost, and then kind of be on top of the world.
A lot of filmmakers are not born with the proverbial silver spoon in the mouth. We hear about, you know, such and such, who's a daughter or a son of a famous filmmaker, and they get into the bit. But a lot of them are just coming from outside in, you know.
Yeah.
And that's inspiring to see a person like yourself and other local filmmakers who are just fighting.
It's a fight, but it's worth fighting, you know, why not?
Tell us about your current project.
My short film?
Yeah.
I'm doing a short film right now starring Rick Chandler, a psychological thriller called Insomniac, about a guy suffering with insomnia, and he's just been going a little too long, so he reaches out for help with the medical field, that it's just, he doesn't quite get the help that he's looking for. And it goes into like a weird dark twist. We have Sabrina Dennison is a part of the project. She was in Alejandro Jodorowsky's Santa Sangre, which is this really cool like Mexican art house film. And we got Barry Mahoney, who's another Massachusetts native. He was on this season's Face Off. He's doing all the special effects on it. It's we're planning to release that February of next year, coming up, festivals and such.
You've got a really cool IMDb resume, you know,
Thank you.
And that's kind of like the industry go-to thing when people want to.
Yeah.
You worked with famous rap artists. You want to tell us
The
about
GZA.
that? Yeah.
I worked with the GZA from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
At this time, like 2007, 2009, I was shooting a lot of like hip hop and rock videos in the city in the Middle East, in Cambridge, and what used to be Harper's Ferry. And I was working for a hip hop promoter named Leeds Entertainment, and he just kind of, GZA was coming in, and I got a contact with his manager, Heathcliff, and we just set it up, and I shot a show, and then I cut it up with, you know, clips from Shogun Assassin, which, if you know the GZA, you know, Liquid Swords, his famous like song, has a bunch of clips from that in it. So I just kind of mashed it up between video. He put it on, it was on his website,
Nice.
which was cool.
That's got to feel good.
Yeah, that's good stuff, you know.
And for you,
fun.
we just have a few seconds left, but
yeah.
You've been able to work a little bit with Lloyd Kaufman, you know, and you said Trauma Films.
Yeah, Lloyd's an awesome, awesome guy. I always got to give Lloyd credit because when I was really young, you know, starting out, you don't really know nothing, and he was very super nice guy, very like, ask me any questions you want. When my first feature, Stupid Man, I had him in there, he invited us down to like the Trauma building in Manhattan to go shoot the scene because he knew we didn't have like a lot of money to fly him in and stuff. He was just like a really supportive guy in a business where not a lot of people are, you know. It's nice to find those gems.
Well, Matthew, it's been awesome talking with you.
You too. Thank you.
Come back on the show because
I'd love to.
I think we have a lot more to talk about.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We've had two great interviews on this episode of the Short Film Showcase with our guests Muffin Young and Matthew Fisher. So we'd like to thank them very much. And we saw Displaced by Muffin Young. It was a great short film. Right now, we want to say that if you're a young person out there or a not so young person out there and you're thinking, how do I get into this world of short filmmaking or even feature filmmaking? Just grab a camera, grab some friends, write your script, get some music, and as we always say, if you can dream it, shoot it. If you'd like to contact us, please contact our producer, Brian Casey, through briancaseyfilms.com. I'm Mike Messier for Short Film Showcase.